Welcome to the video presentation of the Savvy Elder Fundamentals Workshop. Savvy elders are known for being a positive presence wherever they go. Many savvy elders appear to be 20 years younger than their actual age, and so younger people aspire to emulate them and be like them when they reach their age due to their youthful appearance, their energy, zest for life, and their extensive social circle. This workshop will delve into how savvy elders tend to attract these blessings. Hello, I'm Austin Grady, and I'm excited to welcome you to this Fundamentals Workshop. For those of you who aren't familiar with me, you might be surprised to learn that, like many in my baby boomer generation, my education and career has been varied and diverse. However, these experiences have ultimately led me to my dream career as a longevity life coach, where I can pursue my passion and fulfill my life's purpose. My coaching company, Savvy Elderhood, has taken on the audacious mission of transforming the assumptions about aging in this country. Now, these assumptions came to my knowledge when back in 2014, Pfizer, the pharmaceutical company, did a survey, and 87% of the respondents admitted to feeling some fear or anxiety about aging. Now, these fears are understandable. They are fears about declining health. They are fears about financial uncertainty and insecurity as they got older. And then there's the loss of a social network when friends die or move away. And there's the loss of the independence, not being able to die or not being able to cook or not being able to live independently in their own home. And of course, the fear of dying. And the practices and the philosophy of savvy elderhood tends to nullify and eliminate these fears very quickly. Now, scientists tell us that thanks to advances in scientific technology, we are now capable of living to age 120, and many who are alive now will live to celebrate their 120th birthday. So, given that we can live to age 120, and given that the practices of savvy elderhood can eliminate many of these fears, I began to work with people about what would it take to eliminate the fears of getting old and actually celebrate a life of purpose and meaning to age 120. So first of all, if you're going to live to age 120, you need good health. You're going to need a body that can go the distance. Also, you are going to need financial security. It's like one of the things that ages people prematurely more than anything else is the stress that comes from worrying about finances. And you are going to need loving relationships. Now, in the studies of the blue zones, those areas of the world where people have an exceptional high percentage of survivors to age 100 and beyond, loving relationships in the community, in the family, and the friendships is one of the things that they attribute to why so many live so long. Also, a life-defining purpose is a big issue in prolonging your life and really helping it to be worthwhile. Now, in this fundamentals workshop, we're not going to go into a life-defining purpose, but in all of these areas, what we know for a fact is that you must make wise decisions, and making wise decisions is where the savvy of being a savvy elder comes in. This is a little bit about what I mean. Savvy elders use their mindset, their habits, and their internal guidance to live healthy, wealthy, and love-filled lives until the age of 120. Again, if you plan to live to age 120, then 60 is your halfway point. And at 60, savvy elders are just entering their prime. It all begins with their mindset. Now, We will begin exploring the elements of the savvy elder mindset, which helps counter fear and the negativity often experienced in later years, as the first item on our agenda. Next, we move into a conscious connection with your core magnificence. And you might find that you've had this connection for some time, but didn't recognize it for what it truly is. Following that, we'll focus on your desires. What specific things would you like to see become a reality? And then when it comes to your savvy health, we will discuss a savvy elder perspective on your body and your overall well-being. In savvy finance, we will examine the basics of your finances and their impact on your longevity. And finally, we'll wrap up with savvy relationships. We'll shed some light on what savvy love entails, the prerequisites for any savvy relationship, and a brief guide on manifesting your soulmate or your life partner. Now, before we go deep into the savvy elder mindset, it's essential to understand that savvy elders, we acknowledge the presence of the divine spirit within each person as their core of magnificence. Now, this inner essence is known by various names, such as the God within, the higher self, and the universal mind. We use the term core of magnificence to represent the unique expression of God in an individual. It is the source of their skills, talents, and exceptional abilities. This spiritual core of magnificence provides reliable guidance for wise decision and effective choices for savvy elders. It is essentially from here that savvy elders draw their wisdom. Therefore, the relationship with their core of magnificence is a significant aspect of a savvy elder's mindset. The qualities of your core of magnificence are always available to you. Now, these qualities, peace, joy, love, freedom, abundance, wisdom, insight, harmony, faith, discernment, truth, order, and so many, 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 many more, are all qualities and aspects of God. But in your relationship with your core of magnificence, all of these aspects are there to back you up, for you to draw on, for you to step into and allow to come through you. This mindset helps savvy elders to tap into peace when they learn a loved one has died, abundance when they are laid off from a job, harmony with working with demanding clients, and freedom when they feel trapped in an unworkable situation. Savvy elders have a tendency of remaining calm and peaceful when others are getting triggered and upset. Savvy elders have a way of bringing calm to troubled and hectic situations. Your core magnificence qualities are there for you to draw upon whenever you need them, especially when you're feeling stressed or when something is triggering you. The second aspect of the savvy elder mindset is that you are here to experience and express your magnificence. Experiencing your magnificence and expressing your magnificence are two sides of the same coin. Your experience of your magnificence is realizing your heart's desire. Your heart's desire. Your heart's desires are meant for you to experience, and your magnificent skills and talents are meant for you to express, especially in service of others. You express your magnificence when you effortlessly do things others find difficult or impossible. And again, especially when serving others. It could be your cooking, your event organizing, simplifying complex instructions, or anything that comes naturally to you. And this is often a challenge for new savvy elders because they're just being themselves. They're doing what comes naturally to them. So when they get compliments, it often feels like They're just doing what anybody can do. But then when they realize that this is an aspect of their magnificence, this is something that, yes, it comes easily, it comes naturally to them, but is difficult and impossible for others. Now, this is something that they get to offer as a gift. They get to make available in service to others. And this is literally an aspect of God that's here and present in, through, and as them. Similarly, when you experience the beauty of a sunset or the serenity it brings, and it just makes you happy and it just kind of like touches you. It's there because this beauty that you're seeing outside is resonating with the beauty that is inside of you. And this that's resonating with you is also a quality of your magnificence. You know, you can be at the sunset with a couple of friends and you're trying to get them to share the beauty of this gorgeous sunset. And they're saying, yeah, I see the clouds, I see the sky, I see the trees. How long are we going to be here? And when are we going to get something to eat? It doesn't touch them. It doesn't resonate with something that's inside of them. Now, this resonance is also the source of your dreams and your heart's desires. It's why you want what you want and feel it so strongly and so clearly and so powerfully, and why those in your family or those that are very, very close to you don't get it. No, it's good for you, but doesn't really touch or do anything for them. So again, it's two sides of the coin. You express your magnificence, you give the gifts that you are here to give, and automatically you begin to attract and bring to you the experience of dreams and heart's desires, which are the resonant consciousness of your magnificence that you're here to experience. This spiritual aspect of your magnificence can be everywhere and know all, but it requires you to express its talents and abilities in human form. It needs you to experience the beauty of this world and beyond, and it needs you to express its magnificence, its talents that only you can fulfill, only you can express. The next aspect of the mindset is that you are loved unconditionally. It's true, your core magnificence wants only the highest good for you. It's very much like the love a grandmother has for a grandchild. Everything about them is lovely. Everything about them is special. Even when they throw temper tantrums, grandma sees them as adorable and compliments how strong and healthy their lungs are to be able to scream so loud for so long. Your core magnificence holds you as the perfect entity that you were when you first arrived in the world, and understands that you are constantly growing and evolving into that authentic human version of your spiritual magnificence. It wants to bless you with your heart's desires. Nothing is too good for you. However, it only works for your highest good. I can think of several occasions where I got a no for what I thought I wanted, only to receive something far better than I imagined or hoped for. And again, your core of magnificence wants the highest and best for you, but you can only receive that which you are willing to accept, that which you are willing to allow for yourself. Your core magnificence does not judge or punish. The punishment comes from the consequences of our actions. And we can harshly judge ourselves when we make mistakes like nobody else. Our core magnificence doesn't go into judgment and punishment. Instead, it's more like a GPS. Your GPS doesn't judge you or call you names or seek to make you pay if you fail to follow its guidance. Instead, if you miss the exit, it takes a moment to determine where you are right now and then guides you to where you're trying to go. Your core magnificence doesn't make you wrong. It knows that you are having a human experience. It knows that you are subject to mistakes. It knows that there's going to be a learning aspect of the mistakes that you make. So it simply assists you in getting where you want to go and stepping into the wisdom that is also an aspect of your birthright. We previously discussed the importance of recognizing and embracing your unique magnificence. No one possesses the exact combination of fingerprints. No one has the same thoughts, skills, talents, passions, and dreams. And it's your unique combination of all of these things that make you who you are. Everyone experiences beauty differently. Some may find joy in the sunset. Others may see the grass, trees, and clouds as experiences that are not exactly what they're looking for. But again, your relationship with your guidance is something that is unique to you. There is nothing about you and your core of magnificence that is identically the same as someone else and theirs. Yes, there are similarities, and yes, there are things in common. But this unique relationship that you have with your inner guidance is yours to develop, is yours to cultivate, is yours to strengthen, it's yours to expand. Oh, this is the point where we ask you to close your eyes and get in a very comfortable position because we're about to connect with your core of magnificence consciously. So I'll give you a moment to get comfortable, close your eyes, relax. But first, what are you thinking? What are the thoughts that are going through your mind right now? Don't judge them. Don't change them. We're just making a little bit of awareness. We're just paying attention to the thoughts that are going through your mind. So again, don't try to change your thoughts. Just turn down the volume so you only hear them as whispers. Now, what emotions are you feeling right now? There's no judgment. You're simply becoming aware of what's present for you emotionally in this moment. Now, give your emotions permission to shift and change freely. You're not going to change them. You're not going to control them. You allow them to do whatever they need to do. And just let yourself feel this permission to feel whatever emotions come up, whatever thing that you feel. Now for your body. What sensations are you experiencing in your body? Where in your body are you feeling these sensations? How would you describe these sensations, these feelings that are present in your body right now? We want you to give your body permission to relax deeply. And to assist the deep relaxation, we're going to ask you to breathe in through your nose to a slow count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Then breathe out through your mouth to a slow count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Then breathe through your nose again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Then breathe out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. In through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, out through your mouth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Now, mentally, ask your core of magnificence what its primary purpose is in having you participate in this workshop. Now, tell us that you are willing to have a strong, clear, and powerful connection with it, and ask it to assist you in creating that relationship. You're telling your core of magnificence that you are willing to have a strong, clear, and powerful connection with it, and you're asking your core of magnificence to assist you in creating that relationship. Great. Now, ask your core of magnificence if it will give you a sign that you are actually communicating with it and not imagining or making up responses to your questions. Thank you. Now, breathe in through your nose, slow to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Then breathe out through your mouth to the slow count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you. When you're ready, smile and open your eyes. Now, if you're just seeing the recording, you're not able to actually break into a small group and talk with some of the other participants. But you might want to grab a notepad and a pen and just kind of like write down, what is your purpose in intending? What did you get from your core magnificence about its purpose in having you be in this Savvy Elder Fundamentals workshop? Did you get clear answers to your questions? Are you willing to create a powerful connection with your core magnificence? Are you ready to take the next step? Your meditation experience can fall within a range of things. Nothing is bad, nothing is wrong. This is a beginning connection. And like all relationships, the more you have contact, the more frequently the contact, the more powerful and the stronger the relationship becomes. So you can be in that position where, well, nothing happened to me. I did the breathing and all of that, but nothing happened. Or you could be of, I'm not sure if I connected with my core magnificence or not. I think I did. Maybe I did. I'm not really sure. Or yes, I connected and my core magnificence answered my questions. And be sure and write those answers down if you did. Or you may be one of those that, yeah, I did connect. And I realized I've been connecting with my core magnificence for a long time now. I just didn't realize that this is what I was doing. All of those are acceptable. All of those are valid. Any of those could be where you are. And all of those are a good starting point for where we move on from here. But this one question, Are you willing to create a powerful connection? Let the answer to that question resonate with you just a little bit longer. Your core of magnificence communicates with you in ways that are unique to who you are. But there are some common ways that many have received guidance, and we want you to be aware of them so that you can be aware of when these types of messages coming from your core magnificence may be visiting you. The first is intuition, where you get that sudden insight, that knowing of, yeah, I have a feeling that this is what's going on over there, and this is what's happening, or this is what's behind the scenes. You have no way of knowing, but your intuition tells you that this is so, this is true, this is accurate. That's your core of magnificence. And then there's inspiration, where you get this idea of this is what I can do, or this is what's possible, or this is how things can happen. It's like my whole journey into becoming a longevity and age reversal coach happened with an inspired idea that just kind of like came out of the blue as I was reading an article, about uh, age reversal coaching. And that inspiration kind of led to a career change and kind of the happiest phase of my life. In similar fashion, you can get messages through your body. Uh, all of a sudden, your stomach clenches and tightens. All of a sudden, you're holding your breath. You didn't intend to. All of a sudden, there's a sensation in your body and you're drawn to it and you're curious about what it means, or you know instantly what it means. And the same thing kind of happens with creativity, where you're not really knowing what you're creating or where this is going, but there's this sense of movement and let's try this next and let's see what this does. And all of this creative process kind of comes through you. And when the creation is finally complete, there's that sigh of relief. Yeah, this is what I was trying to create, only I didn't know what I was creating at the time. Now, my favorite is downloads. Now, downloads are kind of like you get the full-blown idea, the understanding, the why of it, the how of it, the what the benefit is, the how it works, all of that comes, and all of this information you now have now, and you didn't have it before. It really comes with the signature of your core magnificence, because it'll be concepts and things that you hadn't thought about before, you weren't aware of before, but definitely is so much like you that you very easily could have. And then there's the unaware speech, where you're having a conversation and you're saying something to someone and they'll ask a question or something like that, and you just blurt out with what comes to you. And it is so brilliant and it's so profound that you actually think that, oh, I'm playing above my head here and all of that. And you think about what you just said, you realize that you did not know that you knew that until you heard yourself say it. That was your core magnificence speaking through you. And we all are probably familiar with what I call that sense of rightness. Well, you've got a choice. You don't know for sure which is the best, but this one just feels right to you. You've got something that you need to do, and yeah, there's a rightness about making this choice that you don't get with any of the other choices. Even to, well, what are you going to wear to the meeting? Well, there's a rightness about this outfit, and you can justify it after you get the feeling of rightness, and you go with it, and invariably, it was the correct choice. It was the right choice. And this is very much like the knowingness. Now, the knowingness frequently accompanies downloads where you know things that you didn't know before. You know that you know them. You know that they're true. You know that they're correct. You know that they're right. You have no idea how you know it, but you know that you know that you know. And these are so profound and so powerful and so clear that you don't need to double check, is this from your core of magnificence? It comes from no place else but. And all of these are experiences that you can have with your core of magnificence communicating with you. Oh, it looks like it's time for me to ask you to close your eyes and relax again. So again, I'm going to ask you to get very comfortable. Close your eyes. And to breathe in through your nose to a slow count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Then breathe out through your mouth to a slow count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now turn down the volume on your thinking. Again, breathe in through your nose to a slow count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Now breathe out through your mouth through a slow count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now give your emotions permission to shift and change at will. Breathe in through your nose to a slow count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, then breathe out through your mouth to a slow count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give your body permission to relax deeply. One more slow count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you. So, what is the one thing that, if that happened, would cause you to think you might be having your best year ever? Don't try to figure it out or think up a good answer. Let the answer emerge and reveal itself. If you want, you can ask your core of magnificence to show you what that one thing is, that one thing that would cause you to think you might be having your best year ever. Now ask your core of magnificence to provide guidance for making that one thing happen this year. Now, what else would support this in being your best year ever? Ask your core magnificence for guidance here also. Now, I want you to imagine that it's December the 28th, 2024, and everything you've asked for to make this your best year ever has happened. Let yourself fully experience the joy, the gratitude, the validation, the relief, the excitement, and all the other feelings that come with having your best year ever. Let yourself fully experience the emotions of having your best year ever now. Now, each of those items, each of those events, each of those aspects of what had this be your best year ever, I want you to see it in detail. I want you to hear the sounds that you heard when you were experiencing, receiving all of these things that made 2024 your best year ever. What were you smelling when each of those things showed up? Where were you? What were the sensations you experienced in your body? Who did you talk to about all of these wonderful things that were happening? And after you had these experiences, what changed? What was different about your life? How did you celebrate? Now, again, all of these things have happened. It has truly been your best year ever. And let yourself just release and let go into fully experiencing the gratitude, the joy, the excitement, the validation. Let all of those sensations just fill your body right now. Let all those emotions saturate your heart and your mind. Excellent. Take a deep breath in through your nose, fill up your stomach, and then let it fill up your chest as well. Let the sensations and feelings remain there. Let it out slowly, according to what feels good and right to you. And when you are complete, smile and open your eyes. Congratulations. You have just activated your best year ever. Oh yeah, there's more to it than just closing your eyes and feeling it. But we just went through what we call electromagnetic communication. And this is the way that your core of magnificence receives authority, receives validation that yes, this is indeed what is wanted and needed. Now, remember that grandmother who loves her grandchild so much that she would do almost anything to make her happy? Multiply that by 1,000, and you can get an idea of the energy behind your core magnificence granting you your dreams and your heart's desires. Activating it signals that this is truly what you want or desire is coming from your heart. Visualizing it and experiencing its reality with your senses sends an electrical signal to your core of magnificence. When you couple that electrical feeling with the feeling of having and enjoying it, now that's a magnetic signal. Now, the combination of the electrical and the magnetic is an electromagnetic signal of what is desired, and that is what activates your core of magnificence to get into action. Now, in our next session, we'll discuss your preparation to actually receive and accept your desires when they arrive, and we'll be talking about some of the work that goes on once you have activated your core of magnificence. But here again, rest assured, you have just activated your best year ever. Now let's take a quick look at Savvy Health. Now, this quick look is from your Savvy Elderhood state of being. And the first thing we want you to be aware of is your body can heal itself of anything. You just need to believe that it can. No, there's scientific proof. It's called the placebo effect. And the placebo effect is when a person's physical or mental health improves after taking a placebo or dummy treatment that appears real but has no therapeutic benefit. The placebo effect is when a person's physical or mental health improves after taking a placebo or dummy treatment that appears real but has no therapeutic benefit. If it's not real, how can it happen? If it has no therapeutic benefit, what causes the improvement? Well, what causes the improvement is your body's ability to heal itself with anything. The most dramatic expression of this that I've ever heard of was a group of physicians were giving operations to a control group and an experimental group of people that all needed knee surgery. So the control group actually went through and they actually got the knee surgery. there was an incision, they did the adjustments, and they were given a prescription of what to do to take care of it and how long and what to expect in the healing process. The experimental group were not given the surgery. They were just given an incision at the exact place where they would receive an incision if they were going to get the surgery. And then the results were checked. Both groups healed identically. What was going on with the group that had the operation and what was going on with the group that just had an incision was exactly the same. The people that did not get the surgery had freedom of movement and the functionality of their knees just as well as the people that actually got the corrective surgery. Now, savvy elders know that our body's healing ability is firmly within the domain of our core of magnificence. Now, simply having a relationship with the power source of all of our body's functions can dramatically reduce our fear of disease, illness, or trauma. So when we're making intelligent choices about our health, it's important to consider the 5 essential requirements that our body's cells need to stay healthy. When your cells are adequately supplied, your organs and all of your body's symptoms work together smoothly and maintain good health. The first requirement is adequate nutrition. Now, countless diets promise protection from disease and good health. Savvy elders know that the only reliable source of information about the best nutrition for your body is your core of magnificence. It will inform you if certain foods are good for your body and direct you to relevant resources. We're not saying that all of the diets and all of the doctors and all that, it's not true, it's not good, it's not practical. We're just saying that for you, which diet is absolutely the highest and best for you, only your core of magnificence can know for a clear certainty that this is what you need to be doing. And in my experience, that what you need to be doing can change from time to time. The second cellular requirement is adequate hydration. Now, it's important to note that the focus is on water entering the cell, not just water coming into the body. The cell membrane is somewhat oily, and certain minerals, when dissolved in water, they call them electrolytes, carry an electric charge. The opposite charge inside of the cells draws these minerals into the cell, through the cell wall, and it brings the water with them. So consult with your core of magnificence to determine how much water you should drink, but be aware in high temperatures and when you sweat excessively, you may also need to ensure adequate electrolyte minerals to make sure that the cells are getting the hydration that they need. With adequate respiration, your cells are taking in oxygen and using it to release the energy from food. This is not just deep breathing. This is having the oxygen that you breathe in actually enter into the cells and provide the oxygen, the fuel to burn the food so that the energy can be released. Now, exercise stimulates deep breathing, which saturates the blood with oxygen, stimulating optimum cell energy production. However, heavy workouts are not required to enhance energy production in your cells. Your core of magnificence can guide you to activities and habits to ensure adequate cellular respiration. And if you're doing these activities regularly, then the oxygenation of your cells gets to higher levels and stays that way over time. Just by doing yoga or deep meditative breathing consistently and regularly, you actually up-level your cell's ability to break down food and release energy. Now, the fourth item is adequate relaxation. Adequate Relaxation is essential for your body as it allows cells to repair damage, release hormones, restore energy, grow and regenerate, and release toxins. Now, sleep is necessary for the brain as it enables nerve cells to communicate effectively and removes toxins accumulated through the day. Now, there are various guidelines on the amount of sleep we need. Listening to your body and inner well-being is essential, and you can tune into your core magnificence to determine how many hours of sleep is best for you. You can also get a reading on the ideal time for you to go to bed and whether and how naps should fit into your schedule. When it comes to elimination, we know that it is critical that all of the toxins in the cells are released. We know that it is important that all of the negative byproducts of all the cell's work, the cell's activity, be channeled into the bloodstream so they can be channeled into the organs that are going to release them as urine and secrete them from the body. This is normally one of the most automatic, easy, and effortless things that can happen. However, if you have concerns, if there's a question, check in with your core of magnificence. And your core of magnificence will give you exactly what's wanted and needed for you to maintain the proper elimination that your body needs to maintain its health. Now, I talk about a check-in with your core magnificence, and the check-in is really nothing other than asking your core magnificence for specific guidance. The guidance does not have a prescribed or definite way it needs to look or feel. But you do want to keep in mind that your core magnificence is always interested in your highest good. It's not going to guide you into anything that's going to do you harm. And it's going to give you guidance and direction to ultimately what's going to help you to experience and express your magnificence. So how do you choose a doctor? How do you know who you need to talk to, who you need to trust? You just mentally ask your core of magnificence to please guide me to the medical professionals who serve my highest good. And again, there are any number of ways that guidance could show up. You could look at the list of doctors that your insurance company carries, and then there'll be a feeling of rightness, or there'll be a sense that this is someone that I'd like to talk to. Or you'll have a friend that gives you advice. And all of a sudden, when you hear the advice, there's that, yeah, validation from your core magnificence that this is the person you need to be talking to, and on and on and on. The same thing with your weight. Guide me to the choices that serve my ideal weight. And the choices can include diet, it can include exercising, it can include getting some rest, it can include taking a vacation, it can include any number of things that help you to have your body restore itself to the ideal weight that's going to be the highest and best for your health, for the experience and expression of your magnificence. Oh, there's a pain. Core magnificence, please reveal to me the source of relief from this pain and the lessons that it is here to teach me. And this can be very profound because many times just knowing the lessons that is here to teach you is all that's necessary to have the pain disappear. And the source of relief, many times it's nothing other than someone to forgive or forgiving yourself for something that you are inadvertently punishing yourself for. I'm just speaking from experience here. Now, direct me to choices and activities that support my ideal energy levels. Again, The guidance can come from any number of directions and any number of ways that your core magnificence communicates with you. But it will be that guidance that is reliable, that guidance that is effective, that guidance that you can trust. And now, chronic conditions, high blood pressure, diabetes, whatever it is, direct me in releasing, controlling, or managing my condition for my highest good. We know that there are many times when what we are going through is part of an agenda to prepare us for something even greater, something even better. And when we allow our core of magnificence to direct us in releasing, controlling, or managing our conditions for our highest good, we know that that outcome is assured. That outcome is what we're going to absolutely experience. Now, this is the guidance of the guidance process. This is actually what we go through when we have a check-in with our core magnificence, when we are asking for assistance or guidance or whatever. Again, that first part is acknowledging our willingness to receive. Because as much as our core magnificence loves us, we still have the ultimate authority of choice of how we exercise our life. We do have that willpower, that divine will to say yes or no, follow the direction, the guidance or not, to do whatever we think, whatever we feel is right and good for us. Now, when we come to our core of magnificence with a request, we are acknowledging that our will is in alignment with what we receive from our core of magnificence. And there will be an acceptance of the request. The acceptance of the request is, yes, I hear you and I have something better for you, so no. Or I hear you and I accept your request and guidance is on the way. Regardless, it's all for your highest good. And again, like any relationship, the longer you participate, the more frequently you participate, the easier it is to understand and to interpret and to know for sure, what the response is. So the next step is to move into gratitude. Experience it as already done. Now, I call this stepping into your happy bubble. Because if you just ask for a problem, the solution to a problem or a challenge that you don't really understand, that you can't control, and your core of magnificence is letting you know that it's going to take it on, hip, hip, hooray. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to try and figure this out. It's going to be resolved to my highest good. And all I need to do is make sure that I'm in a high vibration so that I can hear any guidance of what I need to do or what I need to be aware of when it comes from my core of magnificence. So this combination of celebrating that it's done, I don't have to worry about it, and stepping into a high vibration, I call my happy bubble. And I do my best to hang out in my happy bubble as much, as long, as often as possible. Because it's that high vibration where there's joy, where there's peace, where there's celebration, where there's a real easy connection to my core magnificence, and where good things are happening automatically. And the last phase, is to live from that new reality. If you've been told that it's handled, it's taken care of, then live from that. You do not have to wait for it to physically appear, to be the person that has it as part of their reality. And again, there's this thing of resonance. It's like you ask someone to lend you some money, and they're telling you, okay, but it'll have to be a check, but I'm putting the check in the mail this afternoon. So they put the check in the mail. You trust them, then you know if they said they did it, that they did. Have you received the check yet? No. But do you know it's coming? Yes. Are you celebrating it as if it's already in your possession? Yes. Are you making plans for it? Are you budgeting it? Are you living from the reality of it's already yours? Yes. And this is what we mean by living from the new reality. Your core magnificence has told you, yes, it's coming, it's yours, you've got it, you celebrate it, and now you continue to live from that new reality because you're going to think like a person that has. You're going to make decisions from the place of having it. You're going to interact with people, not from a sense of need and lack, but from a sense of abundance and assurance. All of these things are creating your resonance with it, which means that its arrival is sure, is swift, and is effortless. Now, we apply these same processes to savvy finance, but here I need to bring out that in a coaching program, we'll spend 90 days exploring the potential realities that we can create with savvy finance. Now, we don't have nearly the time or the bandwidth to go quite that deep in this fundamentals workshop, but we will go through the 5 areas that we recommend that you check in with your core magnificence with regarding your money. So the first thing that happens is you receive money. You'll get wages or salary or interest, or you'll have a contract that pays you, or you'll have an inheritance. You will have some way of receiving money or generating income. If currently the income that you're receiving or the money that you're receiving is not adequate or insufficient, again, check in with your core magnificence. Have one of those conversations of, I would like to receive, I would like to have, and please assist me, guide me, and bringing this about. Be specific. I mean, this is, that love that a grandmother has. So yeah, she's going to give it to you in your favorite color. And yeah, she's going to make sure that it fits, with the rest of what you have going on. So let it know how much. Let it know, what you're going to use it for and all of that. And don't forget to be grateful and go into your happy bubble and celebrate and live from it is done, it is finished. The same thing with spending money. Now, we spend money for necessities, we spend money for resources, we spend money for luxuries, we spend money for entertainment, we spend money for whatever we need to exchange money for that we feel is worth it and of value. So if we want to bring savvy wisdom into the spending money aspect of life, check in with your core magnificence. Just check in. Is this necessity really necessary? Is this the right place to obtain the resources? These luxuries that I'm using to shower love upon myself, is this the right timing for it? And the entertainment, all of that, your your core magnificence loves you. And it is going to be generous with your joy, with your pleasure, with your needs, and with having you step up into a higher dimension of the magnificence that you are. So go ahead, don't be afraid. Check in with all of your concerns and all of your desires and all of your questions about spending money. And don't be surprised when there's a generosity there, there's a love there, there's an understanding there that causes you to stretch and get wiser and also get bigger than the limitations that you are tending to put on yourself. You save money. You have a savings account, you have your stash, you have your specialized funds, your saving for the house fund or your kids' education funds, all of that. So again, are these the best places to put my money? Is this the amount of money that I need to be saving? Should I increase it or can I decrease it and all that? All of these concerns about your money, your core magnificence has wisdom and understanding and foresight and the ability to guide you so that It's almost like you're a genius with money when you begin to check in with your core magnificence about what to do with this source of energy that it supplies in abundance for you to use for the experience and the expression of your unique magnificence. Even when it comes to giving money. Yes, you give money in taxes. You don't do it willingly, I don't think, but you do give it. You give money in interest when you borrow money and you give some of your money for the privilege of being able to use their money and paying them back over time. You give money to charities, you give money to tithes, you give money in benevolence to the people outside of the supermarket that are asking. Get wisdom with how you give money, how much money you give, when you give money, the ways you give money. And you'll notice that even when it's more than you had thought, even with it, if it's in ways that you hadn't considered, your guidance around giving money has more satisfaction, more fulfillment, more joy. And it tends to assist you in receiving more money in return because you're giving and you're activating those, universal spiritual laws. And when you're looking at investing money in stocks, bonds, real estate, currencies, or whatever the investment uh, vehicle you're wanting to use, it is critical to check in with your core magnificence multiple times through the process, through the decision making, through the fulfillment, and then periodically as you have your money invested in, whatever vehicle it is in. Because just getting the assurance from your core magnificence that all is well as with your investment means that you're insulated from the hysteria that shows up in the newspaper and with what other people are saying and doing with their money that, oh, you need to be worried. Oh, you need to pull it out. Oh, you need to make a change. Your core magnificence says all is well. Rest assured, all is well. And if it's going through changes and gyrations and things that are causing fear for other people, remember, all things work together for your good. So again, with investing money, check in with your core magnificence. Remember to be grateful. Remember to be in your happy bubble. And remember to operate from the standpoint of all is well. And the intentions that you have for your investments are already yours. There are some facts about money that as you spend time with your core magnificence, as you interact with your core magnificence, these facts about money are not just theories or not just good ideas. These facts become truths that you embody and live by. And the first of these money facts is that all of your needs are met. But Austin, what about when I get an unexpected bill? Austin, what about when something happens that I can't see how to handle it or how to take care of it? Austin, I don't have that much money in my checking account. How can you tell me that all of my needs are met? Because again, you are one with abundance. Your core magnificence specializes in what you don't control and what you don't understand. And when you just check in with it, when you hear the guidance, you'll find out that yes, it's already taken care of. The money is coming from wherever it is to where it needs to go. And this happens over and over and over again. So you're panicked, you're what do I do? You're upset, get short-circuited just in knowing that all of my needs are met. And now I'm just checking in with my core magnificence to see how are my needs going to be met with grace and ease and fun this time. The next truth is that abundance is a quality of your authentic nature. Yes, It's like you have wisdom, you have goodness, you have love. You also have abundance. And it's not on occasion, it's an all the time, always available to you abundance. And as you live with this, as you experience this, abundance means more than enough. And we're not just talking about money, but you're cramped for time, and there is more than enough time for you to accomplish what you need to accomplish. There's more than enough good ideas. And yes, there is more than enough money for you to accomplish all the things that you need to accomplish. Check in with your core of magnificence. Let it know that your doubts, your fears, your concerns. Ask for its guidance. And lo and behold, once again, the abundance was there all along. The truth is, you are unlimited. There are no limitations. And you expand what you are willing to experience and express naturally. You are unlimited, but there are those upper boundaries of what you will allow yourself to expect, what you allow yourself to experience, what you allow yourself to know, what you allow yourself to participate in as a part of your unlimited nature. The unlimited part comes when just as soon as you're willing to expand it, and naturally you do, then that new expansion of your unlimited nature becomes normal, becomes everyday, becomes no big deal. It's like moving from one salary income level to the next. You think it's going to be wonderful. You think it's going to be great. You think it's going to be awesome. And the first few weeks, months, it is, and then it becomes normal. Then it becomes standard. And then it becomes time for you to make another move upward. So you expand what you're willing to experience and express naturally. You expand your unlimited nature on an ongoing basis. And again, this is one of those truths that you live for more and more graciously as you spend time following the guidance of your core magnificence. Now, this is one of my favorites. I mean, I think I've been involved in a money relationship with my core magnificence pretty ongoingly for the past 12 years. But still, many, many times during the week, many, many times during the month, this truth that I can choose to surrender to my highest good at any time takes me by surprise, encourages me, inspires me, reminds me of the magnificence of who I am, and again, sparks that choice, that willingness to surrender to my highest good rather than what's comfortable, rather than what I'm used to, rather than how it's worked in the past. And as this becomes something that you are able to have as part of the truth that you embody, you're going to find out that you can't use it too much. You're going to find out that remembering it becomes a source of joy and relief and just kind of like an automatic stress buster automatically, because your core of magnificence is like a heat-seeking missile trying to guide you into your highest good, and you are the one that limits and restricts it with what you're willing to receive, with what you're willing to accept. Fortunately, you may choose to surrender to your highest good at any time. Now, savvy relationships. Now, the savvy relationships aspect of the savvy elderhood process is work that involves lots of completing, healing, and forgiving family relationships, school relationships, old romantic relationships, work relationships, friendships, relationships with church members, relationships with club members, neighbors. And after you've done all the work of completing, healing, and forgiving all of those relationships, then it's about cultivating the relationships that you want, the relationships that you want to invite to your 100th and 120th birthday parties. It all begins with understanding savvy love. Savvy love is not complicated. Savvy love intends no harm, seeks to bless, holds no expectations, holds no transactional requirements. Savvy love is very, very close to unconditional love. Savvy love is more like a grandparent's love. Remember that, the grandparent with a granddaughter? It's more like a grandparent's love than parents' love, because a parent has to put in some expectations, has to make some demands. Savvy love mirrors the love your core magnificence has for you. Savvy love is simple and clean. It's not going to do you any harm. It's always going to be wanting to bless you. It doesn't hold any expectations. You don't have to do anything, or don't have any requirements of it. It doesn't hold any transactional requirements. It's never going to, I love you and I did this for you, so now you owe me and you got it. No, no, no. It doesn't do that. There is nothing about getting something out of the relationship with savvy love. It just loves. It's all for the good. It has no expectations or requirements. There are no demands on the object of love with savvy love. And surprise, savvy love takes romantic love to a higher level altogether. So remember this, savvy love intends no harm, seeks to bless, holds no expectations, holds no transactional requirements. And the question that I want you to ask yourself about savvy love is simply this. Are you willing to extend this love to yourself? Savvy relationships are what we will use to extend life, generate joy, fulfillment, and fun. It does it, all of those. And these are the particular relationships that do exactly that. These are the types of relationships that just having them will add 12 to 15 years of additional life to you, according to the scientists. These are the relationships that will generate joy in your life. These are the kind of relationships that just having them increases the fulfillment that you experience in being alive. And having these relationships, oh yeah, here comes the fun. You can't stop it. You can't even turn it off hardly. So what are these relationships? They're not just with savvy elders. These are any relationship where, first of all, love is the connection. We're here because we intend no harm. We want to bless. We don't have any expectations. And it's not a transaction. It's not, I'm in this relationship with you because I expect you to, give me something. In this relationship, the truth is shared. Yeah, even when we don't have the same political opinions about who should be the next president, I love you. I can tell you my truth. I can share my truth with you. You can share your truth with me. And yeah, we hear and respect each other's truth, but it does nothing as far as put a damper on the relationship. I can tell you things about you that are not comfortable for you to hear, and you can hear it. You can tell me things that are in my blind spot that are embarrassing, and I can hear them. And I'll actually have gratitude for you sharing it with me. And it ties kind of like into there's mutual trust. I trust you. I'm not worried about you stabbing me in the back. I'm not worried about you using the special information and the secrets that we share to somehow leverage that so that you can do better than me or you can put me down and build you up. No, there's complete absolute trust. And you know that there is nothing that I'm going to do that's going to cause you harm in any way, that's going to, be a burden or a problem for you in any way. That's who we are in this savvy relationship. And then there's mutual respect. It's like I respect the magnificence of who you are. I don't agree with everything that you do, and I tease you about it sometimes, but I respect you absolutely. And you respect me, even though you tease me about some of the choices and decisions that I make, and you ask me if I'm sure over and over and over again. But yeah, you do respect me, and you value my ability to make my choices and decisions. So there's the love connection. The truth is shared. It's not watered down. It's not overlooked. It's not held back. There's mutual trust. There's mutual respect. These are the relationships that, with these kind of relationships, you can do anything. But if one of these qualities is missing, there is a space for mischief to show up. And with this much life experience, I think you know if there is a space, it's only a matter of time before mischief shows up in one way or another. So if the connection isn't about love, oh yeah, we know about pretenders. We know about manipulators. We know about people that are on one level or another running a scam. If the truth isn't shared, if we can't depend on what is said to be the actual fact, hmm, if we can't trust them, or if we feel like they can't or won't trust us, there is that gap, there is that space. If we honestly and sincerely don't respect them, or if we know from our core magnificence that they don't truly respect us, again, there's that gap that allows mischief to come into the scene. So, with just this four-step process, if you apply this to friends, how many of your friends can you authentically say that you have a savvy relationship with? With coworkers and employees, with neighbors, with associates. Yeah, it gets pretty easy to see how desirable these quality, savvy relationships are. And I tend to classify all the people that I have a savvy relationship with as my tribe. And it includes, uh, members of my family, members of my church, my clients. It includes people I do business with. It includes all the people that I would be more than happy to send an engraved invitation to have them come and attend my 100th birthday, and then to turn around and send it out again for my 120th birthday. So make a note of these. Take a look at these. Because this abundance of savvy relationships, these savvy elder relationships, are a big part of what makes being a savvy elder so enjoyable, so fun, and so easy. Because when you have people you trust, you have people you love, you have people you respect, and you have people where the truth is just shared automatically, you have a boundary of safety, security, and support that allows you to live your life and express the magnificence of who you are to the utmost. And simply, this tribe of savvy elder relationships is an experience of your magnificence unlike any other. But what about your primary relationship? Now, I know a lot of people that get to an age and decide and determine that, okay, I'm in my late 50s, I'm in my 60s or 70s or 80s. I don't have a relationship and it's too much trouble. I don't want one. Matter of fact, I'm good with being single. And so it's not, why don't I have one or why aren't I looking one? It's more like, what's out there that's going to make it worth me giving up the freedom and independence that I have to put up with someone that, is not really a step up as far as the quality of my life. I understand that. I appreciate that. But I know there are those that have a burning desire. You mean I'm going to live to 120? I don't want to do that by myself. I want a partner. I want someone to share one. All of that. So if you're giving second thoughts about being single, or if you just are looking for that ideal partner, if you want to manifest your savvy life partner, this is what works. The first thing is you just make a list of 75 qualities that you want in your ideal life partner. 75? Austin, that sounds like a lot. Well, yeah. This is for the next 60, 70, 80 years. So what are the qualities that can go the distance like that? And more importantly, this is not just the things that you want off the top of your head, the things that you haven't given any thought to. We want to force you to have to dig deep and to look at what are the desires of your heart, the ones that aren't on the surface, the ones that aren't automatic, the ones that when you get it, it's, yeah, I really want that. I really need that in an ideal life partner. And if you think it's a lot, well, get your core magnificence to help you and to approve of every item on the list. That's the first part. The second part is for every item on the list, create a list of what that person is going to want. Well, I want him to be wealthy and financially secure and good with money. Great. You deserve to have a life partner that is wealthy and financially secure and good with money. But for this partner who's wealthy, secure, and good with money, what are they going to want in a partner? Well, they're going to want someone who respects the value of money. They're going to want someone who is good with managing their money. And they're going to want someone who is frugal, who doesn't spend money foolishly, who has a sense of those 5 pots that money can go in and which one they're going to put how much in and all of that. And someone who's going to be able to work with them and share their ideas about how we work with our money. So you put that to your list. Oh, yeah. And you want them to be healthy. You want them to be fit. You want them to eat well and to take care of the body. Well, somebody like that is probably going to want someone that is going to take care of their body, is fit, eats well, particularly if that someone is someone that they can exercise with and go dancing with and go shopping with and enjoy some of the foods too. So you put that on your list. And with each one of those 75 items that you have for what you want in them, you put down what they are going to want in you. Now, once that's done, you literally can throw their list away if you want. You're not going to need it anymore. Because where you're going to be doing your work is getting yourself up to a mastery of everything that's on the list. Yes, all 75. And with the ones that you think you already are, the ones that you think you're already good with, yes, please, please, please check in with your core magnificence about that. Because your core magnificence has a really good idea about what your partner is going to want, what your partner is going to need. And if there's some guidance as far as upping the ante, as far as where you are in this department, yeah, it'd be good to know that and it'd be good to start working on it. Because here's the thing, you're not going to go looking for this partner. You're not going to be joining a dating site or anything like that. Your mastery of all of these qualities that they are going to want, they are going to be looking for, is going to be like a big broadcast light. Hello, here I am. I'm the one you're looking for. They will find their way to you. And when they do, the recognition will be pretty automatic. The recognition of both of you is going to be so clear that people are going to think that you have been together for years and they won't believe that you just met a short while ago. Now, I didn't develop this process as a Savvy Elder life coach. Back in the day when I was doing massage, I got a lot of referrals because people would come to me because they wanted a relationship and they found out that if they got a series of massages from me, that by the time the massage series was over, they would have someone in their lives. And it was true. I think one year, I think I went to 6 weddings of my clients in one year. But the thing was, it's like most of my clients were female. And as soon as the guy of their dreams showed up, he would want them to stop getting massages from this massage guy and all of that. Now I get referrals, but I was always starting over and all of that. But the principle remains, the principle holds true. You make the list of what you want and be honest, please be honest, tell the truth. If you want him to be wealthy, go ahead. If you want him to be 6 foot tall, put that down. Whatever it is that you want, that is your heart's desire, put it on the list of what it is that you want. But also tell the truth of what it is they are going to want. And if it's something that they are going to want and you're not really clear, you're not really sure about what that is, ask your core magnificence. What? He's going to want me to go with him to sports events? Football, baseball, and basketball? He's going to want me to go with him? Huh? Well, this is the guy that you wanted. This is the guy that shares these tastes in music. This is the guy that loves to go out. This is the guy that has a group of buddies, so he doesn't mind you having your group of girlfriends and all of that. And he's wanting you to go with him, partly so that he can show you off, but partly he wants you to experience some of the joy of being there that he experiences. I don't want to do that. I don't want to like, okay. Ask your core magnificence what you should do. And don't be surprised if it starts with getting a book about baseball or football or basketball or one of them and understanding the game and how it's played and what's good about it and all that so that you can actually go with him and enjoy it. Austin, are you serious? Does that really come up? Yep, it did. And yep, she got the book. And oh my God, to talk to her now, she's a bigger sports fan than he is. And she knows statistics like you wouldn't believe. And you think she was a coach or something because she knows and shouts out what this infielder needs to be doing and how this guy needs to come in a little, all of that. So it's like, he loves her madly. And they are so fun to see together. But it did not start out with her having an interest in going to baseball games, especially. Football games and basketball games weren't so bad, but baseball wasn't her thing. So make the list and check it out. Now, we're going to go into a lot of the work that we do in all of these areas. I think I mentioned how we need to complete what's incomplete, heal what's unhealed, forgive what's unforgiven, and that allows space for love to go into those areas where love is being blocked because of the incompletion or the unhealed nature of the situation or lack of forgiveness. But we're going to do the kind of dive where you go into it so that you can explore pretty much on your own this relationship that you have with your core magnificence and kind of understand the cycles that it goes through as it gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and be prepared to step fully into your life as a savvy elder with the guidance of your core magnificence, which is all that you ever really need. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for participating. We look forward to the next session. And in the meantime, you are magnificent. You need to love yourself and respect yourself for that. And you need to know that being a savvy elder is a blessing to everyone in your life.